Time to get talking to a few corporates then. JK Paper is the stock in focus at this point in time. V. Kumaraswamy, CFO of JK Paper, now joins in. Mr. Kumaraswamy, hi, good morning. What's the business outlook for paper companies and yours in particular, given the kind of raw material pressure that exists right now?
Yeah.
Over the next 2 to 3 quarters, do you think you'll be able to record significant improvement in your financials, or will there still be drag because of the raw material prices?
The raw material prices did increase quite steeply in the last 2 years, but right now we are seeing some kind of plateauing out and softening in certain parts of the country. And we have seen good growth of raw materials all over the country, especially after the price increases have taken place. Lots of farmers have started growing trees. So all these trees will have to come to our factory from maybe, some of them have started this one, and the further crops will be available over the next 18 months to 24 months and going beyond. So I guess further increase of raw materials may not be there, so there will be some either plateauing or maybe even softening in some segments. So I guess that should help us. And on top of it, of course, as you know, we have put up this big expansion unit and rather new unit in Orissa, and that is started stabilizing well, and of course that will also give us some more mileage in terms of cost efficiencies. So with this new unit, which will be a substantial portion of the copier volumes, we will be slowly inching up on the margins.
Oh, okay. Sir, wanted to get a wanted to get a sense then, when you say that your margins will possibly stabilize, do you think that you will do margins of around 9% that you did in the previous quarter for the remaining 2 quarters as well? Or do you think there's scope of improvement?
No, you got me wrong. I said the raw material prices have stabilized, or it will come down. I didn't say margins will stabilize at that level. Margins will definitely pick up.
So based on the fact that your raw material prices...
Last quarter we reported about 10.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, we should have it inch up slowly to about 14-15% in the near to medium term. But how exactly it will pan out till March, one has to wait and see. But it will definitely inch up because the internal efficiencies within the plant.
Okay. Just hold that thought, sir. We have some comments coming in from the Finance Minister with regards to the FDI and insurance bill, where the Select Committee on FDI and insurance is possibly going to get an extension. Those are the statements which are coming in from Arun Jaitley in Parliament. So we will get you more details on that. And all of the insurance companies have been quite sluggish. But Anuj, we spoke to Mr. Sanjeev Bajaj of Bajaj Finserv, and he mentioned that even if the insurance bill doesn't get passed in this session, there is an expectation that eventually it should see the light of day. So maybe in the next session possibly. But as of now, just managing to hold on.
Ekta, it's a matter of time before this bill is passed. And in fact, I would like to believe that some of the stock prices are telling you that maybe the market believes that, some noises apart, this will eventually get passed, as it's what normally happens with key bills. So I won't fret too much over this.
If it isn't the winter session, there will be the next session.
Maybe in this session itself it gets passed, but even if it doesn't, don't fret too much over it.
Okay, well, as of now, we've seen Bajaj Finserv managing to hold up, and maybe a couple of other companies should come up for you. Reliance Capital, however, quite sluggish, so that stock is down around 5-odd%. We'll keep getting you more updates, but those are the latest statements which are coming out from the Finance Minister with regards to FDI in insurance. But, sir, getting back to our conversation with regards to JK Paper, I wanted to get a sense in terms of what the volumes as well as the realizations were for the company in the quarter gone by.
The volumes are about 98,000 in the last quarter, and we will definitely do better in the coming quarters. And as far as the realizations are concerned, obviously it will differ from segment to segment. But we did get a little bit of a setback in terms of price realizations in copier and coated, but packaging board was up better than the previous quarter. and if you compare it to the same period last year, which is about 1.5% above the same quarter last year when it comes to uncoated paper, it's upwards of 6-7% in the packaging board segment. That's how the realization was. And as far as the quantities are concerned, they were up around 31% compared to same period last year. This is largely coming from the new unit that we have put up, which is giving us higher volumes of copier paper. And last year it started on August 30th, so we will see some more increases in that segment.
Okay. I just wanted to get a sense in terms of the competition dynamics. We do understand that the industry itself, which is basically the copier paper segment, is seeing a surge of imports coming through, and there is maybe some amount of surge of imports which are coming in from China, which is affecting your coated paper segment as well. Can you then give us a sense in terms of what the situation looks like at this point in time, what your inventory days look like, and maybe the fact that you might have to cut prices significantly because of the situation?
See, coated paper has always been imported into the country. About 40-50% of the volumes have always been coming into the country, and prices are benchmarked to the global levels, and volumes are coming in from China and some portion from Indonesia as well. So that's not a new phenomenon which has happened. But I must admit that the FTAs have kind of made these imports possible. But their reach is largely confined to the coastal areas or port cities. I would say the volumes that are coming in may not be more than about 2 or 3% as of now. But where it affects us is they sort of operate as a price cap. That is the more worrying thing. But volumes are not that much. And yes, coated paper, there has been some sudden splurge of expansions by the various major players, and the capacities will have to be absorbed, which I expect will take another about maybe 12-15 months to get fully absorbed. So that's when the supply demand will be in balance.
When do you expect the losses to continue for the company?
We have done much better in terms of both utilization in the during the current quarter, as well as the efficiencies have also started kicking in. And obviously the expectation of the management is to break even as soon as possible. So we do hope that we'll see positive numbers by the end of the year, within this year.
Okay, a profit by the end of this year is what we can assume for JK Paper?
Well, within this year is what we are estimating on a running day-to-day kind of basis.
Okay. All right, so we leave it at that. Thanks very much for joining in. So that's JK Paper. That stock is down a little bit, but a lot of these paper companies rallied in yesterday's trading session. So maybe a little bit of profit booking is what we're seeing.